Good afternoon, morning, whatever, everybody. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Welcome to part 3 of my 2023 end of year whip parade / 2024 new start parade. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about all my cross stitch. I have a lot of it. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for following along with everything I've been doing. So this, like I said, is part 3. Parts 1 and 2 are in my stuff. Go check it out if you haven't already watched it. I hope you guys are enjoying what I've had to show so far in parts 1 and 2. So quick recap, because I know that this is long and tedious. I've been recording day after day, each part, so I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over. And if you are marathoning these, which is a lot, if you're watching these in a marathon, you're gonna hear the same thing over and over. But if you're having to watch it in parts, here's a little recap. So parts 1 and 2, I went through 2 bins. This is the 3rd bin. I have a 4th bin to go through still, and then 2 of those fabric cubes that go in the cube storage shelves things. So I've been tallying up the new starts. I know how many new starts I have, but I'm holding that till the very end as a surprise. But I've been tallying up the new starts and the pieces that I'm calling finishes. And it's a lot. So part 1, I said I had 50 new starts. I think I showed 73 projects in part 1. 50 of them were new starts. And of those 73, I said I wanted to finish 46 of those projects. And then in part 2, I showed 63 projects. 42 of them were new starts. And of those 63 projects, I said I had 31 pieces I wanted to finish. So far, we're at 136 projects with 92 new starts and 77 called finishes. These won't necessarily all be done in 2024. I mean, let's be real here. My headband's falling off. Gracie was trying to eat my hair, my cat. These aren't all going to be done in 2024. This is just, I have big goals set for every single project. I have those huge goals divided up into milestones. As I hit the milestones, they'll get set aside until I have everything divided up into, let me back up and start over. I have all my new starts and whips divided up into categories. Some are in multiple categories depending on what they are. I have large goals set for every single project, and I have those large goals divided up into milestones. When I hit a milestone for said project, it will get highlighted. I have a tracker, like I have a spreadsheet that has everything in their categories, and they're marked a different color if they're in multiple categories, so I know for sure. But they will get highlighted off the list once they hit their milestone. Once half of the milestones in that category have been hit, I throw everything back into the basket again to continue picking. So some, they'll be at different points. Like once it gets further into the year, everything will be at different points with their milestones. Some will be further along than others, depending on how often I get to pick them. And if they are in multiple categories, I get to work on them extra. Some have a lot of, some categories have a lot of whips in them, like my full coverage and my Christmas ones. And some don't really have a lot in there, like the SALs and the other category, because I don't really have a lot in those. So they kind of will also get worked on more often because their halfway mark with their category list will get through faster. But my categories, I have full coverage, holiday, seasonal / series, fancy like, Etsy, Christmas, large kits, small kits, gnomes, sampleresque, SALs, and other. So are you ready to go through some more projects? I am. We'll see how long this one is. My first part 1, was 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I did spend some time with like finishes and a lot of talking. And part 2 was about 2 hours even. So we'll see how long this one is. And then at the end of this one, I will recap how many pieces I showed. And and how many starts, and oh, I need a pen. Oh, here it is. Sorry. There's the hair eater. She was trying to eat my hair earlier when I was sitting on the couch. So I'm going to track how many new starts I have and how many things I say I'm going to finish. And then we'll kind of add everything up at the end to see where I'm at with part 3. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is a whip. This is from Cross Stitch for Everyone. Oh, and also I'm not going to be linking anything down below because there's just too much. I will just tell you where I got it. If there's a specific project that you like, specific pattern that you want that you can't find, let me know. I'll see if I can find a link. As long as it's not like a retired piece or something, which I'll let you know if it is. But let me know if there's something specific you're looking for. And I will find a link for it and then reply to your comment with the link. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is Happy New Year. This is from Cross Stitch for Everyone. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I am doing this 1/1 full cross on a, I think this might be a 32 count, easy count Lugana. It's either 28 or 32. All of my projects I went ahead and went through, and I've been doing this like since November, so I don't know all of the milestones and goals I have set, so sometimes it's like a surprise to me. A lot of it is a surprise to me. So I will let you know what the end goal is, how many milestones I have, and what the first milestone will be. All right, so like I said, I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on, I think, a 32 count, easy count Lugana. I don't have much of a start on this. Oh yeah, and if it's like if I have it in Pattern Keeper, I'll let you know what my percentage is. So this is where I'm at with it, my starting point for next year. And I am currently at 800 stitches done out of 75,240, and I am at 1.06% complete. I have an end goal for this piece of 6,000 stitches, 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And this is in 2 categories. It is in full coverage and it is in holiday. So if it's in multiple categories, where's my bag? Oh, here it is. If it's in multiple categories, then what I will do is whichever category has more whips in it, like, what did I say? I said full coverage and holiday. So like if I pulled this one at the beginning of the year, full coverage has more projects in it than holiday does. So I would mark this off for the full coverage category, but I could still pull it again and work on it for the holiday category. Like once I hit, back up. Once I hit milestone number 1, I would mark it off for the full coverage category because it's got more in it. But I could keep it in the basket and pull it for the holiday category. So I would work towards milestone 2 for the holiday category. And then once I hit that milestone, then it would go away until either half of the whips in the full coverage category get completed for their milestones, or half of the holiday ones would get completed for their milestones, and then it would come back into play for that category. I think once you guys start seeing it, it's going to make more sense. I know everyone's like, I'm so confused. What are you doing? And I'm like, I got it. I got it. You got to see it to understand. Okay, next up is a new start. And this is a pattern I picked up at off the freebie table at Stitching in the Springs this fall. This is from Margaret Sherry Designs, and I I guess it came in a World of Cross Stitching magazine. It's called, I'm calling it Hedgehog. I don't know what it's called. She calls it Cute Chart. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't it cute? It is cute. It's a cute hedgehog. And I'm going to just be doing this on, where did I get this from? Because it's like almost surged. I think this came in another thing that I wasn't going to do. And I was like, oh, I'll use it for the hedgehog. So this little hedgehog piece is, I said I wanted to finish it. Here we go. Starting off strong. All right. So there are, oh yeah, so I'm also going to track how many pieces I skipped showing, because I have some that I'm still working on. So I'm going to be, I'll show them in part 5. So I'm skipping the 3 Harry Potter pieces I have and a Haunted Library style because I'm still working on them. Let's see, Hedgehog is in the other category because it doesn't really belong in anything. But my goal is to finish this, and I have this divided up into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. If my milestones for these paper patterns, like I don't know exactly how many stitches it's going to be to finish it. I'm just kind of estimating. So if I overestimate, yay, that's less milestones that I'll have to complete. If I underestimate it and it's going to take more, then I will add milestones as needed, because I want my end goal to be to finish it. All right, next up is another new start. And this is from Fat Quarter Shop. It's So Emma. It's from It's So Emma. Jeez, I can't talk. And it's Hello Summer. Cute little thing. And it came as a kit. I think I got this from one of my subscribers. She sent me a bunch of stuff. And I want to say this, and a bunch of stuff. And I want to say this was in it. But it came as a kit. So actually, you know what? This should be in 2 categories. I need to make a note of that. You know what? One moment. We're going to fix this real quick, because this came as a kit. So I need to adjust this. I had to adjust something in the other one too. Let me see. Insert. Sorry, y'all. You know, I got to make these things as long as possible here. And then let me go over. Oh, so actually, you know what? Never mind. I lied. I had it in my head about something else. It's in seasonal. So it will be in 2 categories. It's going to be in seasonal / series. And it's going to be in small kits, because that is how I received it. There we go. Okay. So I'm using, it came with floss and the fabric. And I said I wanted to finish it. Okay. Where's my pen? Oh, here it is. Finish. Okay. So I'm calling it to be a finish. I have this divided up into 4 milestones. The first milestone will be to complete the 2M popsicles right here. So that'll be milestone number 1. And I will probably go ahead and do that little drip off of this popsicle. I'll probably go ahead and do that with the M's, because I don't really have that written anywhere. So I don't think this is going to take very long. It doesn't look like a super big pattern at all. Like at all. Yeah, I could probably get that done really quick. All right. Especially now that it's in 2 categories. Okay. Next up is, this is a whip. This is Hiding Place. It's from the Cross Stitch Studio. And I had said in a previous whip, previous part of the whip parade, I don't remember which one it was, part 1 or 2. how Honeymoon Sunset, oh, it might be in this bin. How Honeymoon Sunset was going to be my focus piece for next year. I'm doing a challenge with Alara. We both want to, she's going to do, see, she said the wrong amount at first for me, which made me raise my eyebrows, because she said I was doing 50,000 on Honeymoon Sunset, and I'm like, do what? I think she's doing, are we both doing 25,000? I think we're both doing 25,000 on our pieces. She is still staying with Dragons of the Sabbat, but she is going to be working on the black on the inside of her pattern. And then I'm going to do Honeymoon Sunset, and I'm going to do 25,000. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because when I was talking to her, I'm like, well, if I do 1,000 stitches a week at a, you know, at the most, if I do 1,000 stitches a week, that'll only be 25 weeks into the year. And then I could pick something else to be a focus piece after that. So I'm thinking she kind of voted for this one to be the focus piece after I'm done with Honeymoon Sunset. But this is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. And I was kind of debating if I reduce the focus piece down to 10,000 stitches. Like, once it became my focus piece, I would ignore the milestones and just work on like doing 1,000 stitches a week. And if I did that, then that would only be 10 weeks, and I could pick another piece to be a focus piece after that. Oh, I forgot to tell you the size of it. So Hiding Place is 869 by 583. It has 134 colors. And this is my starting point for next year. The fabric is a little stained because I spilled raspberry tea on it one night, but it didn't get rid of my grid, so that's good. But I don't want to wash it because then it'll get rid of my grid. But I'm stitching over it, so I don't really care. But that's my starting point. I am currently at 10,300, nope, I lied. Hang on. 10,135 stitches done out of 506,627. I am at exactly 2%. So by making it a focus piece after Honeymoon Sunset, by doing 10,000 stitches, that should put me at 4%. But I'll still pull it in the basket until it's time for it to become a focus piece and work on my milestones. This is in, where is it? Hiding Place. It is in the full coverage category. And oh, that's funny. So if I wouldn't do this, but if I had completed all of my milestones, if I complete all my milestones before it becomes a focus piece, 4% was my end goal for it. But right now, for now, I have it divided into 5 milestones, with the first milestone being 2,000 stitches. I'm doing this 2/1 tent stitch on 25 count easy count Lugana. So yeah, my goal is to get it to 4%, but that will be separate from the focus piece stitching, if that made any kind of sense. You got that? You understood that? Okay, good. All right, next up is something I can't get into. I can't figure this out. How do you unzip? There we go. All right, next up is a new start. And this is from Peppermint Purple. This is Hints of Peacock. It's a Blackwork pattern. I think this one is Blackwork and cross stitch. Yeah, this one is both Blackwork and cross stitch. She actually will do a freebie stitch along that's all Blackwork every year. She's been doing it every year. And it's totally free. You just have to join her Peppermint Purple stitch along Facebook group. All right, so Hints of Peacock is in the Etsy category. I'm going to be doing it on a 28 count, right? Yeah, 28 count. This says Ada, but I'm going to do it over 2 because I don't like doing blackwork on anything less than like really 16 count, because then it's hard to see the detail of the blackwork part of the design. So I'll be doing it over 2 on 28 count. And I have a goal of 10,000 stitches divided into 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. Okay, next up is another new start. Actually, it's 2 new starts because there's 2 charts in this piece. This is Hive Rules from Primrose Cottage Stitches, designed by Lindsay Waite. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And it says, Hive Rules: be sweet like honey, mind your own beeswax, always be humble and kind, believe in yourself and others, and love and be loved. So this is pattern 1. And then there is a second bonus pattern in here. That there we go. The bonus pattern right there. Welcome to our hive. I'm going to do that one too. Mainly because I had fabric for it. But Hive Rules is in the seasonal / series category. And then Hive Rules, the bonus chart, is in the other category. And I am doing both of them on, I'm doing the Hive Rules on a, is that 20, does that say 25? This might be a 25 count Lugana. I got to double check the measurements. I believe I'm doing this on this over 2. I could have swore I got 28, but it might be 25. So I'll have to double check the measurements on that before I start it. And then this is just some random piece of white fabric that I had in my stash that I'm going to do the bonus chart on over 2. So Hive Rules. That one there, I'm calling to be a finish. And I have it divided into 4 milestones, with the first milestone being always and beeswax. So this phrase here, always be humble and kind, and then mind your own beeswax, is milestone 1. And then for Hive Rules bonus chart, pretty sure that one's going to end up being a finish as well. What'd you just do? Computer shut off. The bonus chart, there we go. Part of the pattern is up, like part of the other pattern is up here, so I'm trying not to show it. The bonus chart, I just have that in 2 milestones, and the first milestone is going to be to do this half of the pattern up here, the welcome part with the bees and the beehive. That part is milestone 1. Are you guys excited to see all the stuff I'm going to do next year? I'm excited. Like, I want to start picking it now. I'm so excited. Can't wait till the new year. Okay, ho, ho, ho. I'm skipping because it's in my to be stitched pile. Next up is another new start. This is from Lila's Studio. This is Holiday Quaker. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I love these Quakers. She actually has one for, I already have, you saw it in the last part of the Whip Parade, part 2. But I already have Halloween Quaker started. I'll be starting Holiday Quaker. And she has a spring and a summer. I don't have those yet, but I think I might get them. I got to double check. I have a lot of the colors that are called for. I got to double check and see what else I still need. if I still need some, because I don't know if I got all of them. And I'm going to be doing this on a fabric from Mystic Fabrics. I guess I can take it out of the bag now. This is a 32 count Lugana in the color Something Blue. And it's just a pretty fabric. I think that'll look good on that. I've been debating on putting like my fancy floss. I've been debating on keeping it in some kind of like master set like I do with my DMC, because I have some that I'm like, I only need it for like a little bit of a pattern, and it's like, and then I need it for another one, but then I end up ordering more because I don't realize I have it. I don't even know all the fancy floss I have now. And here, this time last year, I'm like, I don't have any fancy floss. I don't use fancy floss. Oh, I didn't even tell you what my goal was for Holiday Quaker. Where the categories. So this is in 2 categories. It's in Christmas and it's in Sampleresque. And I have a goal of this of 4,000 stitches divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. I am debating if I'm going to start in the middle or if I'm going to start on an end. I think it will depend on, I will probably triple check my calculations and then maybe start in a corner. I don't really know. All right, this next one is a whip. This is Home for the Holidays. Oh, Holiday Village I'm skipping because I have that in my to be stitched pile. Okay. So, Home for the Holidays. This is a whip. It's a dimensions kit, just regular dimensions, not gold collection or anything. And that is what it will look like when it's done. And the nice thing about having so many new starts mixed in this is I don't have as many photos to add. These dimensions kits always make me nervous with their lack of border. They give you like a 1-inch border for the fabric. That is my starting point for the year. And I'm just doing whatever came in the kit. And I have a, oh God, what am I doing? Home for the Holidays. It's in 2 categories. It's in large kits and it's in Christmas. Let me just go ahead and show it again because I don't know what I'm doing. I have an end goal of this of 2,000 stitches divided into 4 milestones, with the first milestone being 500. There's no place like home for the holidays. Every time I see that kid, I always get that song stuck in my head. Home for the Holidays. I don't know the name of the song, but that's what I call it. Okay, next up is a new start. And this one is a Design Works kit, and this is called Home Sweet Home. And that is what it will look like when it's done. It is stitched on black Aida. That's folded. This is not the whole piece. But I will just be using whatever came in the kit. I think it looks super cute. And this is in the large kits category. I have this with a goal of 4,000 stitches divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. Next up is another new start. And it's another Mill Hill kit. If you've watched the other ones, you know I have like 4 or 5 of these now that I have not started. I have all these Mill Hills I've never done. I've never done a Mill Hill, but I've got like 5 of them. I'm start next year. Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Spring Series, and this is Honeybee. I've seen a lot of people stitch in this, and it always looks super cute, so I'm excited. And this is in 2 categories, small kits and fancy like. because to me, these little buttons and beads kits are very fancy because I've never beaded. I have a lot of projects that call for beads and I've never beaded. So to me right now, they're fancy. I'm calling this to be a finish. Oh man. All right. So I have this divided into 10 categories with the first, I'm doing it again. I keep calling the milestones categories. I have this divided into 10 milestones with the first milestone being 500 stitches. If I need to add more milestones to get this done, I will. But I think that might cover all of it. All right. Let me do this. Let me pull out the next bunch. And then put these back. I'm trying to keep because I went through the trouble of making sure everything was alphabetized. So I'm trying to keep it that way. All right, next up is my favorite project ever. Honeymoon Sunset by the Cross Stitch Studio. Let me take a sip. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This is the piece I was telling you is going to be my challenge piece for next year to do 25,000 stitches. So I'll do hopefully what I'd like to do is 1,000 stitches a week and get it done in the first 25 weeks. And then what I will probably do is make a new card, because what I did for right now was for my card, I just wrote by the 25 things of 1,000, and then as I do them, I'll just cross them off. But this is going to stay out regardless. Like it's not being counted in I had it listed in my categories and stuff, but I'm not going to be counting it in, it's not going to go away when a milestone is hit or anything because it's my focus piece. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done. The before picture that I have for it, like the beginning or end of last year photo, it's not the best photo, but it was the best I could get. So I'm going to try to, what I'll do is I'm going to hold it up way back here, because what I'd like to do is get a good photo for next year's whip parade. And then I'll bring it in closer. So I am at 30%. Oh, that's my problem. I couldn't see. I can kind of see through the fabric. There we go. All right, future Jen, is this good enough for you? I hope it is. But I'm at 30% exactly. Okay. So this is, my tablet keeps acting up. This is 869 by 649. It has 133 colors. Like I said, I am at 30%. I have 169,188 stitches done out of 563,981. Doing 25%. Doing 25,000. Would put me at, I think I was guessing 32%. Hang on. One moment. 34%, I think. 35? Hang on. I'm trying to math. I had to bust out my calculator. About 34.5%. So let me show you a little bit closer. So this is the top left corner. There's so much confetti in this, especially in this tree up here. It is no joke. But I had started working across because even though I'm doing this 2/1 10 stitch on a 25 count easy count Lugana. And even though I had gridded fabric and you could just count the blocks to make sure you had enough, I'm like, what if I don't have enough? So I worked my way across. Look at the sky. Worked my way across, and then I decided to go ahead and work my way down. That random giant chunk of color right there is where I was like, oh, let me do a page finish somewhere. And I didn't end up finishing the page. But I worked my way all the way down to the bottom. And then over here, I have a crap ton of parked threads. So this might be what I focus on, maybe. What I focus on first is to get these parked threads worked in because I'm getting tired of parking right now. I'm going through my anti-parking phase. But I worked my way down to the bottom over here. There's lots of flowers in the bottom corner there. And then in this big block of sky right here, I was working on a challenge where I had to do a ridiculous amount of stitches in a short amount of time, and there was a lot of block stitching right there, so that's where I worked. Like because I had like here, and so I was able to kind of work my way over, and there was a big hunk of color, so I did all that. So I'm at 30% right now. I'll be doing 1,000 stitches a week on it, at least. I might try to do maybe 2,000 a week, because I cut the stitches in half for my stitching games. So if it happens to be a day where all I'm doing is just stitching and this is the project I'm working on, I might try to do it a little bit more. I don't know. I might just stick with the 1,000 a week because it's like me and Alara aren't racing. And then if we complete the challenge, well, regardless, we're going to go shopping for each other on our wish list on 123 Stitch, which means I need to actually update mine to stuff I really want, not just stuff that I'm like, oh, let me just put this here for right now and think about it. If we don't complete the challenge, then we have to spend more dollars on each other. So regardless, we're gonna go shopping for each other. And I was like, well, if we're gonna do that, then what if I don't finish it? What if I say screw it and I don't finish it? And so we're like, okay, well, if you don't finish the challenge, then it's going to be even more dollars. I don't know if we're both going to do this in 25 weeks or if it was like I think originally it was like a year-long challenge, but we both kind of decided 25 weeks without talking to the other one, I think. I'm not sure. So anyway, there's that one. I love that piece so much. It's like my favorite piece ever. Okay, next up. Oh, and when it does come back into play in the category part, it is in the full coverage category. Next up is from cutebroidery.com. This is Hot Cocoa Gnome. And it's Cute Broidery. CUTEBROIDERY.com. Hot Cocoa Gnome. I originally bought these patterns on Etsy when she was with somebody else, but then she branched off and opened up her own website. So they're all those gnomes that I'm like, oh, cute broidery. That's where they are now, which I'm super happy about because I love her gnomes. This is just being stitched on a 14 count Ada, like the Charles Craft stuff that you can pick up at Joann's or Michael's or what have you. And this is my starting point for next year. This is in 2 categories. This is in Christmas and it is in the gnomes category. I did do some color conversions. Actually, I have this in Pattern Keeper. So let me find it real quick because I did do color conversions on it, which I will just briefly go over and then I will mention again in another when I pull it out. Because I didn't like the original reds that they had. They were too orangey for me. So instead of 606, 900, hang on. instead of 606 and 900, maybe it was just 2 colors I changed. I am now doing 321 and I think 498. Everything else, it looks like I kept. Yeah. So, because the 606 and the 900 were just like, they were like kind of more of a red orange, and I wasn't really feeling it. So, like I said, it's in 2 categories. Cross-stitching wise, I'm 28% complete. And I am calling this to be a finish. I have it divided into 4 milestones. The first milestone will be to finish cross-stitching the hat. I don't want to put that too close. First milestone will be to finish cross-stitching the hat. Back stitching will come later. One second, I gotta plug my tablet in for a few minutes. It's almost dead. All right, next up is another bag I can't unzip. There we go. Next up is from Stitch. This was their 2020 stitch along. It is called House. It is the character from the TV show House, and that is what it will look like when it's done. And it is in the Sal category. I am actually doing this 4 times on one piece of fabric. Pray for me that I mapped everything out correctly. I'm doing it in 4 different color schemes: pink, orange, purple, and green. Patterns, there was 7 different patterns. Patterns 1 and 2 are completed on him. So I'm hoping that the border that comes out, I'm really hoping that will all match up perfectly. I don't know. We will have to see. Or that I spaced it out enough. So like I said, this is in the Sal category. And I am calling this to be a finish. The first, I have it divided into 5 milestones. The first milestone will be to complete part 3 in all 4 color schemes. The reason why I decided to do this was because when this first came about, stop beeping. When it first came about, they gave you a color scheme that you could pick from. That you could choose, but then you could also choose your own colors. And I was seeing everybody else's colors, and I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool, that's so cool. And so I had picked out I picked these 4 palettes out, and I couldn't decide which one to do it in. And then I made a joke, oh, maybe I should do it in all 4 and do it like an Andy Warhol kind of thing. And everybody was like, yeah, do that. Okay. So that's how this ended up being 4 pieces, 4 times. But anyway, I may or may not change "bless this house" to different phrases that he would say a lot. Like, it's never lupus, or I don't know. I don't know yet. I have to think about it. I love that show. Love it. I did it again, y'all. Man. Cheap ass bags. Or I'm just really rough with them. I'm not sure. But you know what? They're cheap and you get a lot of them. So it's whatever. I get them on Amazon. I totally didn't even show you guys the ones that are like actual project bags. I totally did not even show y'all. I have some that my mom made me, and then some that a couple that I bought from Alara. All right, next up is another new start. This is, don't know how this happened because this was purchased at Hobby Lobby. This is Hummingbird. I have a black and white copy of the cover photo. I'm thinking that somebody probably bought this and then lost the cover photo and like returned it. I don't know. I'm not really sure because everything except for this, everything else in it looks like it's the original stuff. Like this was all how it normally comes, and I kind of like put it on there, looped it on there and put the symbols on, but everything else came like original, so I'm not really sure. But it's kind of fun because I don't really know what the colors are going to look like. I just know that they're this, so it'll be fun to see it actually like in color. I have this set to be a finish, and I have it divided into 3 milestones, with the first milestone to be to cross stitch and back stitch the top flower. That one there. I think because is the flower in the middle of the pattern? Yes. That's why I'm doing the flower first, because it's the closest to the middle. And this is in, I don't know if I said this already, but it is in the small kits category. And I want to say that I've seen this from Design Works. Oh yeah, it's a Design Works kit. Okay. It's just at the very bottom in tiny print, so it's hard to see. All right, next up. This one is a whip. And this is across the Dimensions Gold collection called In Her Garden. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm skipping one. I'm skipping I Love You to Death because that is still in my to be stitch pile. In Her Garden. This is in 2 categories. It is in large kits and fancy like. And I'm just using whatever came in the kit with the fabric and the floss. This is where I am at with it. So I'd started in the middle and then I was working my way out. Is this the right way? Yeah, because I was working a lot over here when I was working on it. So that is where I'm at with it. And my end goal for this is to do 4,000 stitches. I have this divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. It gets so dark so fast in the winter. It's only 5:45 and it looks like it's like 8 o'clock at night. It's like, have you seen those memes on Facebook after the time change? It's like pitch black outside and the person's like standing in the window all panicked and they're like, is it 5 p.m.? Is it midnight? Who knows? All right, the next up is another whip. And this is a kit from Artiste, and it is called Irish Blessing. It says, may the roads rise up to meet you. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warmly upon your face. May the rain fall softly on your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. This is where I am at with it so far. The first 3 lines of the phrase are done. And this is in the small kits category. And I have this set to be a finish. And I have it divided into 7 milestones. Milestone number 1 will be to cross stitch the seam. This up here. That does not count. Hang on. Yeah, so I'm going to cross stitch this, and I think I was saying I was going to cross stitch just the black around it because it's so, because I think I'm going to have to, yeah, I'll have to cross stitch the black line around it too, so I know where to start with the seam. So that will be the first milestone, set to be a finish, and it is in small kits. Next up is a new start. I don't have as many new starts this time so far. All right, next up is new start. This is Isaiah from Designs for the Needle. I've seen this stitched up a few times from other companies, I think, but Designs for the Needle. And it says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. It's Isaiah, I don't know how to say that. Chapter 4, verse 31, I think. I don't know. I'm actually doing this in memory of my, well, no, he's not dead. I guess in memory / honor of my grandfathers. Both of them were huge Eagles fans. The bird, not the football team. But both my dad's dad and then my dad's stepdad. After my papa died, my grandmother remarried, and I got Papa Earl, and he's still alive, but he's like got dementia. He's got the dementia's really, really bad. So he's in Tennessee with his kids. But so I'm doing this kind of like in memory of my grandfather, and then in honor, I guess, of my step grandfather. But it'll be a new start. I'm gonna do whatever came in the kit, and I have a goal of 3,000 stitches with the first divided into 6 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches, and this is in the large kits category. And I believe I'm just gonna start right smack dab in the middle, and I think the eagle will be in the middle. Looks like the eagle should be the middle. I didn't even look at the pattern yet. Yep, will be the eagle. Okay, next up is another new start. And I'm really excited about this one. This one is from Sugar Stitches. It's a Marshmallow World. I'm really excited about this. Right now, it may look a little humdrum to you, but the Virginia Stitcher showed this like maybe a year or so ago on her channel. She's stitching it, and it looked super duper duper cute. I was like, oh my God, I want that so bad. And I'm going to be doing this on a 16 count Aida in the color Milk Chocolate. Those colors, y'all, those colors are gonna just pop off of there. I am so excited. I can't wait to start it. This is in the Etsy category. And I have a goal of 4,000 stitches. I have it divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. I feel like this one's going to be a hard one for me to put down because it's just so cute. And I'm just like, I'm really excited to start that one. All right, next up is a whip. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Jukebox. All right, I think I'll be okay to unplug my tablet now. What's my percentage? 18. Wasn't it charging? Why is it only 18? It was charging because it was it 17? Anyway, it's whatever. I'll plug it back in after I show this because there's a few I don't need Pattern Keeper for. Okay, Jukebox, Max Color from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Ciro Marchetti. I really, really, really love this piece. It is 500 by 666. It has 238 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I saw someone do this in a mini version, like the mini Jukebox, and it looked really, really good. So I'm excited. This is in the full coverage category. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on maybe a 32 count easy count Lugana. Upper left hand corner start. That is my starting point for the year. No longer looks like a weenus. I have let me tell you where I'm at percent wise. I am currently at 1,654 stitches done out of 333,000. I am at 0.5%. I have a goal of 2% completed. I have it divided into 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is, I think I already said this, but this is in the full coverage category. All right, next up is a new start. And this is from Yasmin's Made with Love. This is Kaleidoscope. Picked this up from Market when Market was going on. And isn't that so pretty with the colors? And it just calls for DMC. This is in the, I want to say other. Yeah, it's in the other category. I'm just going to be doing this on 14 count white Aida. Look at me, I'm so smart. I cut the fabric. It actually wrote top on there. So when I open it up, I know that's the top. I'm so smart. Okay. So I have a goal of 4,000 stitches. I have it divided into 8 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. I'm gonna have to go to Walmart this weekend and get some boards. I'm gonna be baking cookies this weekend too. Oh, by the time you see this, that's all gonna be over with. You're not gonna see this until the 30th. I will have had made cookies by the time you see this. All right, next up is another new start. This is from Long Dog Samplers. I always say Long Dong. Long Dog Dong. This is crossword. This one here. I want to get the other one. The God, what's it called? 1 down 3 across, I think. The Christmas themed one. But yeah. So I have this giant. All right, so I got this from one of my subscribers. It is a 32 count exotic orchid Lugana. Look at that, you know, deep purple, right? And it's, I mean, it's pretty true. Well, a little bit more purpley, but it's like, it's a nice, like, dusky purple. Dusky purple is a good call. And I'm going to do it, and one of my stitchy friends sent me this giant thing of silk from Silks for You. I don't even know how to cut it. I don't know how to cut it, y'all. I don't even know where the end is. It's like this, it's like one of those infinity scarves. So sent me this giant thing of silk, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with that. I think the color right now, this is looking like a very, very yellow, but it's not. But yeah, I think I'm going to do it with that. Let me put this back in the bag because I'm going to be big mad if it gets like all weird. Okay. So crossword. I have a goal of 10,000 stitches. I have this divided into 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And this is in the Sampleresque category. Oh, I did skip a piece. Let me mark that down. I skipped James Dean because he's in my to be stitched pile. Now let me figure out how to get this back in the bag. Okay, next up is another new start. Okay, maybe I spoke a little too soon when I was like, I don't have a lot of new starts in this one. All right. Next up is a small kit from Dimensions. I'll just be using whatever came in the kit. It even comes with a hoop to finish. It's called Laundry Day. It says laundry today or naked tomorrow. And I'm calling this to be a finish. So I have this divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. If I need to add milestones, I will. This is in the small kits category. Next up is another new start. And this is a Busilla kit, and it is called Leap of Faith. It says, she took a leap of faith and grew her wings on the way down. Alara actually has this started, and she's like, I don't like it. I think I might make it a UFO. And I'm like, dude, it can't be that bad. I don't know. I haven't looked at that. She was complaining about the back stitching. I don't know. Maybe it's just her. We'll see. We'll see if I'm bitching about it when I get to it. But I'm just going to be using whatever came in the kit. And I have this set to be a finish. And I have it divided into 8 milestones. The first milestone is 500 stitches. I don't know if it's going to need that many milestones to finish it off. I'm not really sure. It's not very big, but it is a lot of back stitching, so you never know. Okay, next up is another new start. Are you guys tracking these at home, or are you just waiting for me to tell you at the end? All right, this is from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I think this is my first pattern from them. It's called Let It Grow. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. It's so adorbs. And it just calls for DMC, and there's no back stitching in it, so I'm super stoked. And I'm going to be doing this over, I got, double check. Believe I'm going to be doing it. I got to double check the measurements. I don't remember if because it's a 32 count Lugana and the color Silver Moon by Zweigart. It's a little scrap piece of fabric I picked up from somebody who was like closing their store down or something. And I have to crossstitchingsupplies.com, when they were closing down, they had all their stuff on sale. So I picked up little scraps of fabric. I got to double check the measurements of the stitch count on this. Oh, wait, hold on. Stitched area is 4.3 by 4.3 inches when stitched on 32 count over 2. This is 8 by 10. So yeah, this will be over 2. Okay. Let it grow. I have this set to be finished. I have it divided into 4 milestones. The first milestone will be to cross stitch the boot. Let me see. Boot, find some leaves. Yeah, so I'll probably just do like from the little thing and that. All right. What time is it, guys? What time is it? Oh, I have a clock on my computer. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Okay. All right. Not that it matters for you because you're not watching it live. So it's not like you could actually tell me the time. And even if you did, it wouldn't matter because that's not the time I'm asking for when you're telling me. Oh. All right. Let me put these up. Hold on. What's happening? Okay, next batch is another new start. This is from Stony Creek Collection, and it is called Let It Snowman. I will be doing this. I will be doing, oh, I should probably show you the chart, right? Let It Snowman. Isn't it cute? Super cute. I will be doing this on a 28 count Crystal Lugana in the color Crystal Hermosa. I don't know who dyed it because I picked this up at Brick City and they cut to fit the pattern. Now the length of it, I think this might have been a scrap or something. So they said, make sure you start in the middle so that you don't assume that you have this huge border at the top and the bottom. And I was like, well, that's fine. Because I usually, something like that, I would start in the middle anyway. But this is the fabric and you can see the crystals in it. And calls for DMC, and then it's got like one little fancy floss, and then I have a few buttons. Am I missing? Oh no, they're in the bag. There's some snowflake buttons that I'm going to be putting on it too. So I have this just 2,000 stitches, 4 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches, and this is in the Christmas category. Oh, you know what? Small Leap of Faith is in the small kits category. Let It Grow is in the seasonal series category. My bad. Let It Snowman is in the Christmas category. All right. Next up is another new start. And this is from Hands On Design. And it is the Chalk Talks. Well, that's our hashtag. It's like it's a series. This one is Let's Talk Autumn. It's got a bunch of phrases. There we go. Now you can actually see it, right? Let's Talk series, I think is what they're calling it. And I'm doing this on a 14 count. Maybe it's an 18 count. I don't know. It's Black Ada. So I had this set to be a finish. All right. I have this divided into 5 milestones. The first milestone will be apple cider cup and gourds. So apple cider, the cup, and the word gourds will be the first milestone. And this is in seasonal / series. Next up is another new start. Let's Talk Spring. Hands-on design. Same fabric. Also a finish. Six milestones for this one. First milestone is bulbs and blooms, umbrella, and rain. So the phrase bulbs and blooms, the umbrella, and the rain over here. I think the rain that's over here, I think is a different milestone. Yeah, that's a different, wait, word raindrops. Oh, raindrops, yeah. So this is different milestones. So the rain I'm talking about is over here. So umbrella, raindrops, and then bulbs and blooms, word phrase. Next up, are you seeing a pattern? Another new start. Let's talk stitching. Also a finish. This one has 6 milestones, and the first milestone is UFO, chart, floss, and X's. So UFO, chart, the floss, and the X's here. Basically this section right here. Next up, another new start. Let's talk summer. Wait, do I have them out of order? Wait, what did I do? Oh no, I did spring already. Okay, let's talk summer. Also a finish. All these are on Black Ada. 6 milestones for this one. Milestone 1 is daisies, watermelon, and s'mores. So so daisies, watermelon, and s'mores. Do I have the flowers somewhere else? No. So the daisies, watermelon, s'mores. So I'll be doing daisies, the actual flowers, the word watermelon, and the word s'mores. How does this go back in? Go in. Next up, another new start. What's the last one? What is it? Let's talk winter. And this one is set to be a finish as well. And this one also has 6 milestones. Milestone 1 is the pine trees and warm fires. So pine trees section right here, and the phrase warm fires. All of those are in the seasonal / series category. But you see all the fun stuff I'm going to be starting? You see why I'm so excited? Like, I want to say screw the goals for 2023. I want to get started on 2024. I'm going to try to be good, though. Okay, next up is a whip, finally. Now I need my tablet. Okay. Okay, we're at 31%. I was like, why is my tablet not charging? All right, 31%. I don't know why I said that again. Okay, this next one is from Stitching Jewels Design, and this is Library. This is a monochrome piece. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is, don't do that, 470 by 250. Let me show you the actual. I was trying to put these stickers on my bags, but they're not staying on because the bags are textured. So my mom made this bag for me. Isn't it cute? I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 25 count light blue fabric. I have no idea what color it is. I just know it's a light blue fabric. That is blocking my vision. That's my starting point. And give me 1 second. Let me pull up the deets. Okay. You see it? All right. I am currently at 2,300 stitches completed out of 46,005. I am at 5%. I want to get this to 10%. So I have this divided into five milestones. First milestone is just 500 stitches. Apparently with this piece, I wasn't feeling the urge to get it further along. Or this was when I had like a million other projects I was also putting milestones on, and I was like, let me just do this. That is, did you hear that? Oh my God, my neighbor's up there. You know, my 13-year-old, he said that he's seen the family that lives up there, and he said they have like 4 freaking kids, and they're all under the age of 10. And they got the same layout as I do, and I'm not seeing how they have like 6 people living in that house, in that apartment, but whatever. All right, library is in the Etsy category. All right. Next up is a new start. This is a kit from Artiste, a mini kit. It's Liberty Bell, One Nation Under God. Oh, it's the crack in the bell. I'm like, what's that line? It's the crack in the Liberty Bell. I have this set to be a finish. And I'm just doing whatever came in the kit. It's only got, wow, it's got 5 colors, really? Huh, 5 colors. I mean, a lot of the blue, but yeah, there's 5 colors on here. Yeah, okay. Oh, it must be the back stitching too. I have this set to be finished. I already marked it. I have it divided into 12 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is in the small kits category. Okay, next up is another new start. It's a small little bookmark kit. I think this is one of the ones, if you were with me at the retreat, is this one of the retreat things I picked up? I think it is. Yeah, I think my friend Jen was like, oh, that looks like something you would do. And everyone's like, yeah. So I grabbed it. But it's a small little bookmark kit. And I have it set to be a finish. Because it says stitch in a weekend. Somewhere. Yeah, stitch in a weekend. I'm just going to use whatever comes in the kit. Looks like white Ada. And yeah, I mean, it's not very big. I have a bunch of milestones for it, and I'm not really sure why. Probably because I was looking at it like this, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a lot of stitches. I will probably have this, because I mean, I do have milestones, so I will put it down. But it's in the small kits category. And so, but I'm thinking it's only going to take me maybe, I have it divided into 4 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. Because the middle of that lighthouse will probably be 1 milestone. All right, next up is a whip. I get so excited to see a whip because there's like so many new starts mixed into this. All right, this whip is from Charting Creations, and this is Lighthouse Merriment. Just need to find it on the pattern the keeper of the pattern. Here it is. Artwork is by Nikki Bohm. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. It is 425 by 352. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this, I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. That is where I'm at with it so far. I am trying to pull up the details. Okay. I am at 2,250 stitches done out of 149,600. I am at 1.5%. I have a goal of 5%. I have it divided into 10 categories, 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And this is in 2 categories. It is in full coverage and it's in Christmas. I feel like some of these ones that are in multiple categories will get closer to the end goal, because like with this one, say I pull it, right? And I get the 500 stitches done and I mark it off on the full coverage category. It's still going to go in the basket because I can work on it in the Christmas category. So then I would, because milestone 1 was done, when I pull it and I can work on it in the Christmas category, I'll work towards milestone number 2. And then when I get it done in the Christmas category, it'll go away. And then say Christmas gets halfway completed, so everything goes back in the basket, I will work on milestone 3. But before I pull it to do that, like, yeah, so I think the ones that are in multiple categories are going to get a lot closer to their end goal. And then of course, if something does get to their end goal, then that's just one less project that I have to work on, which means that there's a better chance for all these other ones to get pulled. Next up, here we go, is a new start. And this is the other Disney Dreams collection piece that I have. This is a Little Mermaid from MCG Textiles. We'll see how these turn out. I showed Beauty and the Beast in part 1. We'll see how these turn out. All it's going to take is my time. I bought these years ago, and I'm just curious because I've seen some turn out really good, and I've seen some where I'm like, what in the world? It's because of the colors. I don't know. Anyway, I have a goal of 4,000 stitches with the first 4 milestones. First milestone is 1,000 stitches. And it is in 3 categories. It's in full coverage, it's in large kits, and it's in fancy like, because this is fancy. It's a fancy scene. So I'm calling it fancy. All right, next up is a whip. No, I think this is a new start. Yeah, this is a new start. And it's a Dimensions Gold Collection kit. It's called Lost No More. Not really something I would normally want to stitch, but I bought this in 1998 to stitch for my grandmother, who is now dead. And it's a new start. So this will be in memory of my grandmother. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on it, divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. I think I might try to count over and up and maybe start in the corner. Lost No More is in the large kits category. Okay. Magic Potion Temperature Cell, I'm skipping because it's in my It's in my to be stitched pile. Next up is a whip. This is another Dimensions Gold collection. This is Magnificent Wizard by Don Mates. I'm not even saying who the artist is for these Dimensions kits. Don Mates is the artist for this one, the designer. And this is, I'm doing on whatever came in the kit. So Black Ada. Let me make sure I'm showing you the correct way. It's got such a nice little fold here. I can just do this. Look at that. It's like, woo, it's magic. Look, it's just floating in the air. So this is my starting point for it right here. And I have a goal of 3,000 stitches divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. I learned with some of these kits, 500 is about my limit before I got to put it down and walk away. And this is in the large kits category. Next up is a new start. This is another kit from Artiste. It is Map of America. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I did this one kind of interesting. So I think I might, because this is a lot of French knots in the background, and I think when I get to that part, I'm probably gonna maybe bead it. I don't know. But this is interesting. I have a goal of 21 states. Not stitches, states. Interesting. I have it divided into 7 milestones, with the first milestone being 3 states. And I will start this in the middle. So it's probably going to be somewhere right around here, and I'll just do 3 of the states. Interesting. Wonder what possessed me to do it like that. I don't know. It's really going to test my geography skills, because I'm probably going to be like, oh, look, I did Missouri. And everyone's going to be like, no, you idiot. That's Mississippi. All right. Next up is another new start. Oh, Map of America is in large kits category. Okay, next up is Mason Jar Lineup. This is a Dimensions kit. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm going to use whatever comes in the kit. This is also in the large kits category. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches, 6 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking that I'm a lunatic for all these projects. I know. Next up, I know I'm a lunatic. But you know what? Do I care? No. Not at all. Next up is a new start. This is the Mermaids of the Seasons from Bella Filipina. I am waiting for part 4. I think it's going to get dropped in a couple days, and then I will print that out. This is from Bella Filipina. I already said that. Mermaids of the Season. I already said that part 2. Spring, summer, and autumn so far. And I'm just waiting for the winter part to drop, because today is the 12th. It has not dropped yet. I am going to be doing this on the called for fabric from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. This is a 28 count Lugana Singing in the Rain. I didn't even look at this. I was like, when I got the package, I just threw it all in a bag. I didn't even look at this fabric. But this is the called for fabric. Very wrinkly, because it's been folded up. That'll look so good. It's probably what it's the called for. And when I bought it, I went ahead and got, look at all those pretty beads. I got the bead pack. I don't have the fancy threads yet though. So my I have a goal of 7,000 stitches on that. 7 milestones. First milestone is 1,000 stitches. And that is in 2 categories. It's in sals, because it is a sal, and fancy like. I think that'll be my first Bella Filipina start. Okay. That's it for that chunk. Oopsies. That just got out of order. Let me just go ahead and pull all this right here. All right, hang on. I was gonna just like fling it in there, and then I realized it would like really throw things off, so hang on. What just happened? Where do you go? Leap of Faith got crushed at the bottom, so hang on, let me figure out where it's supposed to go. There we go. Okay. All right. Back on track. Next up is a whip. This is Merry Christmas. It's a kit by Artiste. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is my starting point. I absolutely adore this. It is so stinking cute. I have it set to be a finish. All right. God, look how cute that is. It's in 2 categories. It's in small kits and Christmas. So I have this divided into 6 milestones. The first milestone is going to be R and I. So the R and the I in the Christmas. So basically this thing and then this little Christmas tree, because that's the I. And when I say like the R and the I mean like what I did for this, where I did all the cross stitching and completed all the back stitching for that part. Okay. Next up is a new start. So this one's a little different for me. My mom's friend sent me a few things, and because she used to cross stitch, apparently, I never knew this. She used to cross stitch. Somehow she found out that I did, and because she doesn't know about my channel. And she messaged me and she's like, "Hi Jen." She's from England. "I have some stuff I'd like to send it to you." I can't do a British accent. Anyway, this was one of the things that she sent me, was this kit. It's the Craft Collection Millennium sampler. It's like super beat up, so don't mind that. But yeah, it's like, I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. So I thought I would go ahead and do it. I'm just using whatever comes in the kit. Fun with floss. Fun with unsorted floss. That will be a challenge for future Jen. Present Jen is not going to worry about it right now. Future Jen will probably be cussing present Jen out later. Oh, there's the pattern. I was like, where's the pattern? So I'm just using whatever comes in the kit. I think it's like some kind of ivory Ada. And I have this divided into, I have a goal of 3,000 stitches, and I have it divided into 6 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. And I'm not sure if I'm going to start in the middle or if I'm going to start on a corner. I don't know yet. But Millennium Sampler is in 2 categories. It's in large kits and it's in sampler-esque. Now let me figure out how to put this back in. Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay. Okay. Next up is a whip. This is Mini Sunset Lighthouse from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Dominic Davison, I believe. Oh, don't do that. Yeah. Stop. I'm trying to, there we go. So this is 325 by 232. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm just doing this on a 14 count Ada because that is what I had and the pattern fit on it. So that is my, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. That's my starting point for this year. I am currently at 11,307 stitches done out of 75,400. I am at 15%. And I have a goal to get to 30%. So I have it divided into 6 milestones. Milestone number 1 is 2,000 stitches. And this is in the full coverage category. Why didn't I just do more milestones and have smaller amounts in them? I don't know why I didn't do that. Whatever. Okay. Next up is another whip. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is a pattern that piece that I adopted from my friend Naomi. This is Mini Tea and Books. Artwork is by Bridget Ashwood. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I really like it. And it is being stitched, I believe this is 2/1 tent stitch on like maybe a 28 count easy count Lugana. It's not a very big piece at all, if I can actually hold it up. That's my starting point. I am at 4,540 stitches done out of 75,625. I am at 6%. And I have a goal to get it to 15%. I have it divided into 7 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And I remember when I was working on this, it seems like a really super easy stitch. So hopefully I can knock those stitches out like super fast. And that is in the full coverage category. All right. Next up is a new start. This is from My Big Toe Designs, and it is called More Than Coffee. It says, I love you more than coffee, just not always before coffee. And I'm going to be doing this on a 14 count Ada in vintage oat. It's a printed fabric from Zweigart. Like one of those artiste ones that you pick up at the craft store. I think they'll look really good on that. I have this set to be a finish. And I have it divided into 12 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. I will likely start this in the middle just to make sure that I'm like good with the placement. Okay, next up is a whip. This is from Kitty and Me Designs. And this is Morning Glory, the mandala. And I'm doing this on a, I want to say this is maybe a 16 or 18 count Ada in the color Dirty. Problem with the mandala, however you want to say it. I say mandala. If you want to say mandala, that's fine. I've heard it pronounced both ways and it doesn't really matter. I don't know which way is up. But the thing is it's the same in all directions, so does it really matter? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this way is up, though, from how I remember working on it before. That is my starting point for this year. And, oh, More Than Coffee is in the other category. Okay, Morning Glory. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on this. 6 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. And this is in the Fancy Light category. It called for Kreinik, but I switched it out for Petite Treasure Braid in white, because that's what I had. All right, next up is a whip. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Wait, nope, I skipped. That's not supposed to come yet. I lied. Lies! Next up is a new start. These are from, this is from Just Cross Stitch Magazine of 2023, this current year. They did a series of Mother Nature pieces. And if you watch my Whip Parade Part 2, I showed Hall of Holiday by Stitch Aura on Etsy. Same design people did these ones. I was like, well, no wonder I like them. So this is Mother Nature Autumn. Isn't that gorge? I love it. And I'm going to be doing this on a 28 count. I'm not pulling it out because I had to get a big piece of fabric and it's all folded up. And when I complete a whip in one of like these bags, I'll start transferring these bags over. But for right now, they're in Ziploc bags. But I'm not pulling this out until I actually have to work on it. But it's 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. I'm gonna do it over 2. What do I do with my index card? Oh, it's still in there. Okay, so Mother Nature Autumn. This is in 2 categories. This is in Fancy Like and Seasonal / Series. And I have a goal of 5,000 stitches. 10 milestones, with the first milestone being 500 stitches. Are you ready for the next few? Do you already know what's coming? Do you already know what's coming when I said they did a series of Mother Natures? I want to show them in the order I have them listed on here. Next up is another new start. Y'all know I love me some series pieces. When they all go together, I love it. This one is Mother Nature Christmas. And they're all being done on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco over 2. And I have a goal of 5,000 stitches for her. 10 milestones, first milestone being 500 stitches. Oh my God, she looks so pretty. So excited. And they're all in Fancy Light and Seasonal / Series, which I'm super happy about because that means I get to work on it extra. I mean, really, I probably could put Christmas and Halloween ones in the other, like in their respective like holiday or Christmas categories, but I'll leave it be. I might change it up. The only thing I would change up is I might put them in like additional categories. Okay, next up is another new start. I gotta say it like this or I'm gonna forget to mark them off. This is Mother Nature Halloween. Oh my God. And I have a goal on her of 5,000 stitches, 10 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. Super duper excited. As soon as I saw the series in February's issue, I was like, oh, I want to do them all. And the Christmas and the Halloween ones were like bonus pieces because they weren't even like showing that they were going to do them. They only had the 4 seasons. Next up is Mother Nature Spring, new start. So I went ahead because I'm going to be doing them on the app I told you about that I can't pronounce. It's either Readly or Redly. I have all the back issues of all these cross-stitch magazines. And so I'm going to be working off of my phone for them. So I screenshot the cover photos and I printed them out. Mother Nature Spring, 5,000 stitch goal, 10 milestones. First milestone being 500 stitches. Look how pretty she is. Y'all are going to be so jelly of my mamas. All my nature mamas. I'm so excited. And next is another new start. Mother Nature Summer. This is so pretty too. And she has green hair. Look at it. Oh, goal of 5,000 stitches, 10 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. I'm so excited. So again, this is in Just Cross Stitch Magazine 2023. I want to say that the Readly / Redly, I don't know, I'm butchering the name. But the app is like, I don't know, 12 bucks a year, which I think, yeah, you can get the subscription for this magazine for less money. However, it gives you access to all kinds of magazines. I'm not an advertisement for the app. I can't even say the stupid app's name correctly. But I think it's totally worth the monthly thing because I have access to all these different cross-stitch magazines, like the ones over in the UK and stuff that you wouldn't normally have access to here in the States. And all the back issues of all these magazines that you're missing. And it's not just cross-stitch magazines. It's like other types, like a lot of different types of magazines. It's just those are the only ones I'm really interested in. So that's all I've looked at. And last but not least, another new start. Let me mark that off correctly. Mother Nature Winter. She's so pretty. And goal of 5,000 stitches, 10 milestones. First milestone is 500 stitches. Y'all are going to be so jealous when I start doing these things. You're going to be like, where can I get the pattern? I can't find the pattern. I'll be like, look in your magazines. Download the app. Pay the fee. I mean, really, if you wanted to be chintzy about it, you could download the app, do the free trial, access the stuff, screenshot everything, print it out, and then delete the app before the trial's up. But don't do that. That's rude. Okay, now we're back to the whips. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. This is Mr. Cardinal. Here we go. Artwork is by Dempsey Essick. It is 190 by 317. He's so pretty. I have him in 2 categories. I have him in full coverage and I have him in Christmas. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And hang on. This is folded. That's my starting point. I am at 1,205 stitches done out of 60,230. I am at 2%. I have a goal to get him to 15%. I have it divided into 7 milestones, with the first milestone being 1,000 stitches. And like I said, he's in 2 categories. Next up is a new start. This is going to be, I do have a set start date for this one. I am doing, Case, did you change your name on YouTube? I'm doing this with Jeep Girl Stitches, but I was watching Stitching Addicted like yesterday, and she mentioned that Case changed her name on YouTube. But I don't remember what she said it is now. I have to go look. But this is from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is going to be my new year, new start, and I'm doing a sal with Case. This is the Mountain Cabin. I got it in Max Color. Artwork is by Dominic Davison. I will be doing this on a 32 count, easy count Lugana. I will be doing it 1/1 full cross. And I have a goal of 6,000 stitches. I have it divided into 6 milestones. First milestone is 1,000 stitches. So I'll be starting this on New Year's Day, and I would like to have 1,000 stitches in it before you see it at the next floss tube, which would be the following Saturday. And the total stitch count for that piece, I didn't even tell you the dimensions, but it's 375,550. It is... oh my God. 725 by 518, and it has 238 colors. All right, next up is a new start. It's a small little kit from Dimensions. Oh no, I lied. I'm a liar. Small little kit from Artiste. It's nativity motifs. And I have it set to be a finish. I have it divided into 5 milestones. The first milestone will be the, I put JMJ motif. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, the center one. The first milestone will be to get that one done. You could technically divide this up into little ornaments if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do it in a little strip like it shows. Next up is another new start. I was actually originally planning on starting this one last year, or no, this year in 2023, and I never did because I was so gung-ho on completing my goals that I just never did. This is my first Mirabilia. This is Nightingale. That is what she's going to look like when she is done. I am not doing it on that puke green fabric. Oh, God bless. Okay, I'm sorry. Back up a minute. I skipped Mr. Grinch because it's in my to be stitched pile. And Mountain Cabin is in 2 categories. It's in full coverage and it's in sals because I'm doing a sal with Case. Nativity Motifs is in 2 categories. It is in small kits and it's in Christmas. Okay, Nightingale. She is in the fancy like category. And I got the bead pack when I got her. And I'm going to be doing her on a 28 count fabric in the color, 28 count Lugana in the color Dusk. I'll be doing it over 2. I think she's really going to look good on there. Yeah, I'm excited. I have a goal of 3,000 stitches on her. 6 milestones. Milestone 1 will be 500 stitches. Next up is another new start. This is a small little dimensions kit. I keep getting these little kits that like come with a hoop to finish it off. This is No Problema. Isn't that cute? I have this set to be a finish. And this is in the small kits category. I have it, so it's set to be a finish. I have it divided into 4 milestones, with the first milestone to be the blanket, the butt, and the back leg. So basically do his little blanket, his booty, and the back leg here. Not the tassels on there. I'm saving that for the end. I just realized I don't have the words on there. Oh, back stitch and finish. Okay, so I'll probably just do that at the very end. So, but yeah. Okay, next up is a whip. This is, so we're ending it with a whip because this is my last one. This is from Design Works. This is Ocean ABC. Artwork is by Krista Hamrick. I love these ABC things. I absolutely adore them. And this is my starting point. I'm just doing whatever came in the kit. Oh, I can actually keep it folded up like this. I have 3 letters complete. Anemone, butterfly fish, and flip-flops. So I have 3 blocks completed. With these things, I am doing the blocks completely before I move on to the next one. I have a goal of 4 blocks to complete. And this is in the large kits category. Did I tell you No Problema is in small kits? It is. Ocean ABC is in the large kits category, so I have 4 blocks I want to complete. The first one I'm going to go for is the letter G, which is this one right here, the goals. That'll probably take me a hot minute because that looks like a lot of stitching. And I bet it'll want me to stitch all that white. Let's find it. Let's find the pattern, the page that it's on. I bet it's gonna have me, yep, it's gonna have me stitch all that white on white. I love that. I love when I get to stitch white thread on white fabric. It's so much fun. Okay, so that is all for this bin. Let me get these back in here. All right, that's all for that bin. Now, let's see, 215. Hang on, I'm just mathing a couple things here real quick. So I did not show 10 projects out of there because, so I only showed 58 projects this time in this one. How did it take just as long? I'm at 1:58 minutes. How did it take so long? Probably because I was oohing and ahhing over some of this stuff. So I showed 58. The amount is getting less and less, I feel like. And so I showed 58 projects in this part of the WIP parade. 41 of those 58 were new starts. So I only showed 17 WIPs in this bin. But 10 of them that should have been in here, well, that wouldn't have made a difference, would have been WIPs, but that don't matter. And then 23 of these 58 I said I wanted to be finishes. So so far, I have shown 194 projects. 133 new whips, new starts, I'm sorry. 133 of them have been new starts. Is that right? Hold on. 194 projects I have shown you. $133 of them have been new starts. I keep stumbling over that. And of the 194 that I've shown you, I have said that I would finish 100. Oh, Lord have mercy. Holy cow. What is wrong with me? Oh, this is going to be such a fun year, huh? Oh my God. All right. All right, so I have one more of these bins to go. You know what's going to be a lot of fun? Watching me find the projects when I pull them out of the basket. I may have to, I'll do one that's like that maybe, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I have one more bin to go, and then I still have basically the equivalent of 2 fabric cubes to go through as well, but I will keep them as separate. So I'll do part 4 will be the final bin, and then part 5 will be the remainder, because I still have a few more things that are on their way. So I'm not done adding to the list. Now, by the time you see this, I should be done, because that'll be December the 30th. And I'm not going to be adding to my new starts once the new year starts. It's a lot. Okay. All right. So stay tuned for part 4. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. And take care. Happy stitching. Get a lot of stitches in. And I will see you in the next part of the Whip Parade. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.